Welcome to Destination Jamaica. We hope you're having a blessed, peaceful day. Sun is shining, weather is sweet, and it is a holiday weekend in a Jamrock. August the 1st is a big holiday in Jamaica. Every year on this date, we celebrate emancipation. And so we decided to do a video around this theme. So emancipation is what many may call freedom from the inhumane system which chained, brutalized, murdered many of our African ancestors. A system that shouldn't have existed, but a past we cannot deny. Freedom was not an easy or straightforward journey. Even history might not know some of the names and faces that fought for Black people's liberation. For the names we do know, their stories often bring tears to our eyes as they truly sacrifice, risking death and ill ramifications to get what shouldn't have been taken from them. They did this hardly for themselves, as many knew that they would be killed before seeing freedom, but that didn't stop them from fighting for those who would live on and the generations that followed. One such hero we would like to highlight today is the Right Excellent Sam Sharpe. What you know about him? Tell us in the comments. Did you know that Sam Sharpe did so much towards the abolition of slavery? Just that one rebellion. Do you think that Sam Sharpe thought his name would be branded in this country's books and hearts forever? Doubt it. But he wanted laws to be changed, slavery to be abolished. As they say, one person can spark a whole bushfire. Well, me say that still. Igniting others with ideas of a better life, a liberated one. Sam, he knew this was possible through his readings and research. Most of you know that Sam Sharpe was a Baptist minister. He lived from 1801 to 1832, so sadly, he didn't have that long of a life, but his impact would lead to a tremendous change, the one he fought for and one our people needed the most. But before we get into that, let's give a little bit back info on Sam Sharpe. Samuel Sharpe was born into slavery in the parish of St. James, Jamaica, on a plantation owned by Samuel and Jane Sharpe. He became a well-known preacher and leader in the Baptist Church, which had long welcomed the enslaved as members and recognized them as preachers. He was a deacon at the Burchell Baptist Church in Mobay, whose pastor was Rev. Thomas Burchell. Sam Sharpe spent most of his time traveling to different parishes in Jamaica, educating the enslaved about Christianity, which he believed promised freedom. Sam Sharpe was smart, using this opportunity to share his knowledge and beliefs. Some say he was an avid reader of laws, and he read about laws being passed abolishing slavery. And he believed the estate owners in Jamaica were ignoring those laws. So he came up with his own radical plan in 1831. His plan was to end slavery in Jamaica. This would be done by slaves striking on December 28th, and refusing to work until wages were negotiated. Some, he wanted this to be a peaceful protest, and most in the western parishes decided to join Sam Sharpe. However, on December 27, 1831, armed rebellion and seizing of property spread mostly through the western parishes. Some slaves set fire to buildings on the Kensington estate, but the militia soon took advantage of the lack of strategy and communication among the rebels, and the uprising was put down by the first week in January. Remember, they never planned for such a rebellion. It was supposed to be peaceful. But some of them said them not have it. They had to get up. They had to be lighting fires to buildings. They wanted to be heard. You can imagine all the anger and all the hurt that's stored up in our ancestors for years and years, from father and mother to, you know, the daughter or son, and it goes on and it goes on. Come on. It would be only natural to think that peaceful protests would not be so feasible, because people wanted a change. They needed a change, and they needed it now. But Sam Sharpe was brilliant in what he did, igniting, empowering others, organizing, uniting, letting them know that together we can do this. And they all joined. Now, sadly, Sam Sharpe, he was captured and condemned to be hung. While in prison, he was visited by many notable missionaries who paid great tribute to his intellect and organization. And this is heartbreaking. He was buried like a criminal in the sands of Montego Bay Harbor. His remains were later recovered and buried beneath the pulpit at the Burchell Baptist Church. Now, this rebellion, it became known as, can you let us know in the comments what it is? If you said the Christmas Rebellion or the Baptist War, you are indeed correct. It went down in the books, and we will learn about it in schools and, in other places, and definitely know of Sam Sharpe. His statue is in Montego Bay Square. Now let's continue. Despite the number of lives lost, the size of the rebellion forced the British government to address the widespread anti-slavery sentiment in the island. In 1833, the British House of Commons formed a committee to pursue the abolition of slavery in all British colonies. And the following year, the Emancipation Act was passed, stipulating that slavery would end on August 1st, 1834. Now, in Jamaica, on August 1st, 1838, thousands of ex-slaves who had gathered at town centers and churches in the British Caribbean territory broke out in joyous celebrations after the hearing of the final words of the Emancipation Declaration, affirming their full freedom from slavery. This momentous date represented the abolition of the dehumanizing system which had enslaved people of African descent in the British colony for over 150 years. And this wouldn't have happened the time it did without Sam Sharpe's leading Jamaica's largest slave rebellion at the cost of his own life. What a sacrifice he made to lead our people to seeing the day that they no longer had to wear chains, even if he wouldn't have seen that day himself. So, with that said, bless Emancipation Day, Jamaica. May we never forget the sacrifices of those before us and be fuel to do the best we can to contribute to a better country and at large the world. Live with purpose and do your part. It takes diligence, creativity, focus, going beyond yourself sometimes. But know you as one person can have tremendous impact for this generation and those after. As them say, we're little but talawa. And Sam Sharpe was truly a little but talawa soul. Alright, guys, so that's it. I know we know of Sam Sharpe, many of us do, but not in, well, it's not a lot of details because I tried to make it concise, but something for us to remember and reflect on and to carry in our hearts forever. Every day when we're living, we're not just living for ourselves, right? There's so many people that sacrifice for us. And not even the sacrifice, it's just being here, being human. It is within us to do the best we can to have a greater, more loving society, right? So it's just a part of being human. Sometimes we say we're humans when we make mistakes, but we're human when we do the good, when we do so much more than we thought we could, when we persevere and we bounce back and the good stuff, right? It's not just the bad stuff that makes us human or what we normally say we're humans, but it's the good stuff as well. It's human of us to be caring and to look out for each other and to inspire others and to do things, complete works and projects and breaking barriers and so forth, not just for ourselves, but for others. So that's all I wanted to say. Big up Sam Sharpe. Big up Daddy Sharpe. Big up Samuel Sharpe. Big up, big him up because that contribution, guys, was wow. I did some research to write this script for you, and I was blown away by what he did, and it made me sad. But that's a part of it. That's a part of life. Alright guys, so that's it for now. If you like this video and was normal, give a thumbs up, comment. Love to hear your opinions. The good and bad. Feel free to share. And we'll chat pretty soon because we have updates coming your way. Some travel, a lot going on, so we should get some footage of that. And also, we should have some sports news coming your way as well. So chat pretty soon. Remember to take care of yourself and each other. Bless up. Talk later.